Faced with the challenge of playing both football and soccer simultaneously, athlete Connor Davis must find a way to succeed in both sports while maintaining good grades and balancing his personal life. Although playing multiple sports at once may be difficult, it can definitely be fulfilling in its best moments. Though both the football and soccer team have had big time wins this season, we want to know what Connor's favorite moments from the season have been.
Probably the best moment so far, and then I would also say our Rock Hill win at Rock Hill week 2. Coming off that Gallie Academy win, it wasn't the best looking win, but then we went to Rock Hill and got the job done, and we had a really good game. So yeah.
What have been some of the struggles mentally and physically of playing both football and soccer?
Oh yeah, man. I'll just point out the obvious one. One of the most obvious is just your body being really, really taxed. Waking up every single day and knowing that you have 2 practices, you have 4 hours, 5 hours of practice that day, and getting up is one of the hardest things to do. But once you get up, get going, it's really, really fulfilling. It was very, very fulfilling for me, and very, very also like challenging mentally as well. An aspect of knowing that I have 4 hours of practice and knowing that I'm not going to go home till late and I have homework to do. And so I think a lot of mental toughness went into it. Just preparing for each and every day and going day in and day out. Sometimes getting adversity thrown your way. Practice may not go as well, or you tweak something up in football. So just going about it every single day and living day to day, not worrying about the next day or the next day after that. Just going day to day, knowing that you gotta.
Playing multiple sports simultaneously is not for the weak, as it can be a challenging task both mentally and physically. However, Connor appears to have an approach that helps him maintain good shape physically while also keeping a positive state of mind.
Okay, how is the time management look like with both activities?
Yeah, so it probably starts the night before. I usually set out my soccer stuff, my football stuff, go ahead and get it in my car that night. That way the next day I can wake up, make me a smoothie in the morning, get my coffee, and head out the door. So I think the most important thing for me was most definitely the night before. Preparing my stuff, just getting ready to go for the next day.
Connor isn't the first soccer player turned football player for Boyd County in recent memory. Players like Cole Thompson, Maverick Boyd, and Ryan Carring have managed playing kicker for the football team while also playing soccer. But what makes Connor unique is that when he made the switch to football, he immediately started making an impact on defense, something that we haven't seen in recent memory.
Okay, we know that you started off like you've been a soccer player for a long time and you've just recently transitioned into football. When most soccer players transfer into football, we can see them typically be a kicker or a punter, but you have been mostly playing defensive back. What have been some of the skills from soccer that have transitioned over to playing defensive back?
Yeah, 100%. So I think one of the most important things is you can't always rely on your athletic skill. Growing up playing soccer and baseball, I built my athleticism up. Working out, built my athleticism up. But in football, it's also there's a huge mental aspect of it as well. What happens if this receiver goes long, or what happens if the receiver goes out or in? Just understanding how to cover that, and how my safety and I work together to do that. So I'd say the most important thing for me was just the mental side of the game, also playing offense as well. Learn the plays, run the routes, run the formations. It's been rough mentally on me and pretty mentally challenging, but I've gotten the hang of it as the year has went on and done pretty well. So I think the most challenging thing will most definitely be just the mental part of it. I could rely on my athleticism sometime, but then also there's times that the mental game goes way deeper than what you think.
When asked about advice that he would give to other student athletes, this is what Connor had to say.
What do you think?
And finally, what advice would you give to other players that want to be multi-sport athletes in high school?
Be prepared. Be prepared for the days you get hurt and you can't go to your other sport. Be prepared the days that you don't want to do conditioning. Be prepared for all of that, but understand that you're working towards something bigger than yourself. You're working towards championship and all the sports that you play in. So just going about that every single day, and like I said earlier, just preparing for the day, winning that day that you're in, and not worrying about the game on Friday or the game on Saturday, but worrying about the practice on Wednesday, the church after school on Wednesday, the soccer practice after church. You know what I mean? Getting ready for districts. You gotta worry about that day in and day out. So yeah.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Whether he's winning a header in the box on the soccer field or making big time pass deflections on the football field, Connor Davis finds a way to make an impact for his team no matter the sport. But more importantly, Connor continues to make a positive impact on his community and in the classroom.